is, and in a packed program tonight, we shall find out what it's like to act as a stand-in for Raquel Welch in a special interview with Yul Brynner and Telly Savalas.
Then we'll hear the band of the Royal Cross-Eyed Dragoons, who'll play the dance of the Sugar Plum Sailor, followed by What Shall We Do with the Drunken Fairy?
And we'll even be talking to a man who crossed a food mixer with a nymphomaniac with a lisp and got a girl who'll whisk anything.
But first the news. Uganda. At the state dinner to welcome the German delegation today, General Amin ate a hamburger, 2 frankfurters, and 3 young men from Heidelberg.
The government have at last announced their plans for shortening the dole queues. They're asking the men to stand closer together.
Despite the strike of car delivery drivers at British Leyland, the 1,000th car rolled off the assembly lines at 4 o'clock today and fell onto a heap of 999 other cars.
Go on, clap if you want to. In the surgical ward of a London hospital today, a man complained that he was given the kidney of a giraffe and the liver of a female baboon. And for afters, he had prunes and custard.
The man who invented the zip fastener was today honored with a life peerage. He'll be known as Lord of the Flies. And now a sketch about 2 workers in a ball bearing factory, in which I play a man who loses his bearings.
And I play a man who loses his temper.
Good evening, hello, Scotch way and up your haggis. I'm Scottish, by the way. My name is Willie McGorbals, of the clan McGorbals. My grandfather was the McGorbals of McGorbals, especially after the operation. Now, I am the president of the Institute of Scottish Tourism, or PIST. Now, how do you get to bonnie Scotland? Well, let's just take a wee look at the map here. And there you are, you see. First is the old-fashioned scenic route over the braes of Alknasporan by way of the Quilter Skelt, the tiles of boot, the piles of coot, and the quarts of milk. To Inniskelty, where old Angus McFungus can be found, flashing his sporran, tossing his caber and cocking his leaky. Down at the Elephant and Haggis Inn, with Inverness Lyle and others of that ilk. He will row you across in his Gaelic skiff for the price of a packet of cigarettes, £5.73p. He smokes Balkan Sobrani and buys them by the gross. Now, you'll be wanting to take the road to the Isles. Now, you go up by Bannockburn, where in 1314 the patriot Robert the Bruce and his gallant clans routed the treacherous, lecherous English rabble who were sent to pillage our native homelands, the illiterate, drunken, murderous thugs. You'll be sure of a warm welcome there. You're going to visit the Bannockburn Inn, where you can stand with your back to the fire and get your bannocks burned. And you drive on past the modern fields of Flodden to the sodden field of Culloden. You'll find a souvenir shop you can buy Dr. Hamish Kinley's book of Scottish portraits, known as Dr. Kinley's Facebook. There's the great Scottish chef Macaroni, who invented McTurtle soup. There's the Celtic murderer Jock the Ripper, and the famous fisherman Jock the Kipper. And the smallest Scotsman that ever lived, Jock the Nipper. Also the inventor of dentistry, Phil McCavity. And that enigmatic lady from Dumfries, the Mona McLeesa. Now, on the road to the Isles, if you drive round this 40-mile-long stags blocking the road here, you can visit the birthplace of lovely Flora MacDonald, the flower of the Hebrides. And the even lovelier Flora McDougall to sell for raisin flour. So if you're looking for a tartan trousers, she's one. I must warn you that once in a while, you will meet hostility from the friendly natives. Just because you're English blackguards, who for 7 centuries have cared nothing for Scotland and now plunder our Scottish oil, leaving us mortgaged to the kilt, God rot the English. May they fester with boils in the nethermost regions of hell. You never see Scotland in the World Cup after the bloody Sassenachs didn't even reach the last 16. So occasionally, when you ask for a wee dram of whiskey, you may get given a glass of Rory MacDonald's Revenge, which is 1 part of rancid haggis, 1 part of distilled ptarmigan, which begins with a P, and you'd be advised to do the same. And finally, 1 part of stagnant bog water, strained in the Trossachs, which is sorely painful. And you may be asked to drink the health of the great Piper McGroon who was immortalized by the Jewish poet, Rabbi Burns. Oh, sleek at the Piper McGroon. We're here with the Clan McGroon. Oh, the skull of his pipe and the swell of his kilt, and the smell of his breath knocks you down. Well, that's Scotland for the new. And that is the end of the news. Next week, my colleague, Seven Up Jenkins of Wales, will tell you how the filthy English invaders plundered and ravished this fair native sod, took the women from his homestead, the cattle from his farmstead, and the...